Hello and welcome to JB East for round 4 in Magny-Cours. While our drivers do their free lap qualifying for the time qualifying, let me give you a refresher of the championships. Drivers' Championship, Stefano takes a 4-point lead over Todd Sod as both of them were for the first time not on the podium in Melbourne, Australia, where Stefano scored 6 points, being in 7th, and Todd scored 2, finishing in 9th. Celeste Lucier won that race and is now up into 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. Then we have Odd Koopa in 4th, Trixie in 5th, Uniform Pine finished in 2nd, and is now tied 6th with Arcaniac. 8th is Lolsey, who finished 3rd with the fastest lap. Great race from the 3 drivers. Of Celestials here, Uniform Pine and Lolsey. Then 9th is Mr. Swirl 6, who also had a very nice race, finished in 4th for Lightning Racing Team. Then we have Cuckoo's, Hyperion, Fast Juicer, Vlado 204, Ishbo, Gletsley Boy, Cesar, and Tolly, with Fabio, Skip, and Chevrolet have not yet scored any points. Moving on to the constructors, Dan and Flo continue to be in front with 88 points. However, their lead has massively diminished as Compass are now with 62 points compared to 80 and 37. This is a much smaller gap now. WTech Starlight are the best of the rest right now, but Carpathian's Peak and Scotpool Auto are close behind. Yorkshire Aerial and Bravo Automotive tied for 6th, then Lightning only 2 points behind, and Evolve and NASA Luna currently with 2 points and 0 respectively. This little mini qualifying for the qualifying is about to end, and then we'll have the actual qualifying. But yeah, Celeste Lucier, after a crazy early start, where half the top 8 went for hards, half of them went for softs, and rain was soon cold, massively benefiting those who went for softs, such as Celeste, Uniform Pine, and Lolsey, who all went to finish on the podium. Celeste Lucier ended up winning the race, and here we go. For the timed qualifying. Let's get the show on the road. Show fastest lap. Well, it's a fast start for Rod Koopa, for Celeste Lucier, Stefano, Lolsey. Slow start for Mr. 06. Let's take a look at the token spends. Odd Koopa and Celeste Lucier both spending free tokens here. Looks to be a massive points hole for Compass Automobile Experience, but will they challenge Dan and Flo? Will the answer to that question we'll see soon. Todd Salt is spending 2 tokens and Stefano spending 4, so Dan and Flo is also bringing their A game to this race. Alongside that, we've got Lightning Racing Team with a massive token spent, 4 tokens from Mr. 06 and 3 tokens from Gladsley Boy. Mr. 06 currently 13 fastest, but that was the first lap, and the first laps are often all over the place. It's Stefano in provisional pole position. Lolsey is also spending 4 tokens. He finished on the podium last time round in Melbourne. 1 token being spent by Vlado 2, 1 by Trixie, 1 by Arcaniac, 3 by Cesart, and 1 by Tolly. So that's the token spends. Here's the car stats. If anyone needs a refresher, Compass with the best car at 5. Then is WTech Starlight and Carpathian's Peak behind. Then the midfield is packed with Scotpool, Lightning, Yorkshire Aerial, NASA Luna, and Danube Flow. And the worst cars are Brabhams and Evolves. That being said, let's get back into the action, and it's Stefano on pole by over a second, spending the 4 tokens and an inexplicably good Danube Flow car. What is it that makes this car so good, despite the car performance index making it look so unassuming? I think all the drivers are headed into the pits now, if they haven't already. Let's take a look at the car starts once again. What is it about Dan and Flo? They've got 4 speed, other teams have more speed, got 3 Excel, other teams have more Excel, 3 grip, 1 turbo. There's nothing inherently special about the team, and yet despite that, Stefano and Todd Sod are just incredible drivers in this car. Clearly there's something that makes them tick, and I feel like Odd Cooper is going to put in a front row lap soon. He is going past Stefano at the current moment. It's got really fast going. He was the Drivers' Champion in JV West last season, but didn't make the move to Challenger Virtual. Odd Cooper does improve up to 4th, but now is the flying lap. Can he improve on that as well? It's a long track, Magny-Cours. Long track, as you can see, over 40 seconds per lap time. And yeah, these cars are also not the greatest for Magny-Cours. Magny-Cours first debuted in World Tour Virtual, where Suicide fought for the win, if I'm not mistaken, against Kamikaze. Oh, Stefano and Cooper both make a mistake going into that final corner, and the flying lap turned out to not be as flying as we expected. Lolzy with 3rd position in qualifying, and it really doesn't look like anyone can beat that. Doesn't look like anyone here is able to improve due to the track's long lap time. Tolley and Kukas are in for a second pit. This might help them if they're able to improve, that is. Let's follow along with them. Stefano is on provisional pole. I think we'll still have an extra lap to go. This is the final lap. This is the final lap. There's Tolley and Kukus on the fresh tires. Can they find improvement on this lap or the next? Kukus now. No improvement. Tolley even less. But now on the flying lap, can they get an improvement here? Stefano's still on provisional pole by insanely over a second. And he's done it. Stefano on pole position. What about Kukus and Tolley's alternative strat? I think the tires might wear just too quick for them to see. Oh, Kukus hits the gravel now. 43, 44, 45, and that's it. No improvement despite the interesting alternative strat. It's Stefano on pole position. Celeste Lucier starts from the front row. Lolzy will be starting from 3rd. Then Ott Kupa from 4th. Guetzli Boy starts from 5th. Todd Sod 6th. Hyperion from 7th. Then Vlad from 8th. And the top 10 is rounded out by Cesar and Trixie. Let's get into the qualifying results real quick. Here it is then. Cesar and Trixie round out the top 10 of qualifying. 11th will be starting Arcaniac. Then Fast Juicer will start from 12th. Mr. Cheryl 6th from 13th. Chevrolet from 14th. Uniform Pine from 15th. Skip from 16th. Kuikus from 17th. Fabio from 18th. Tolley from 19th. And Ishbo Spama from 20th. Oh, that is a massive gap. So let's get right into the race here in the French J-Prix at Magny-Cours. Here we go. Stefano starts on the soft, so the Celeste, Alt Cooper, Lolzy and Guetzli starting on the hards. on a track as long as this. Which will be the right option? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Stefano starts us off. Alt Cooper fighting. Lolzy gets passed through for third. Now he's going against his own teammate on the outside. Gets forced wide. Lolzy is right back into this. And he's the only hard runner here in the top four that appears to have detached itself. Celeste Luzier drops down to fourth. Lolzy looks for an attack on Alt Cooper into second. This man is incredible recently. Stefano running away in first. He is incredible as well, and Vlad is in fifth, looking to chase down the Compass cars. Todd Sod battling for sixth with Gwetzley Boy. Cesar fighting for eighth with Hyperion, and Trixie currently in the final points position. Meanwhile, we've got Tully 18, 17th, Ishbo 18th, Fast Juicer and Fabio look to have gotten into a massive crash as they're behind in 19th and 20th, and it's Stefano running in first on the softs, but Lol C has gotten past the best car on the grid. He's only spending one more token than them, and he's on the hards, and he's challenging Stefano from first on the hards against Stefano's softs, and he sets the fastest lap of the race on the hards. Stefano won't let him go that easily. Meanwhile, the two compasses are fighting each other from third and definitely losing some time to the top two as a result, as they both go wide. And the drivers behind go wide as well, and they're three wide. Gwetzley is running away, but Todd Sod and Vlad are also challenging them here. Stefano's back into the lead of the race. Running a fast lap here. Will it be the fastest lap of the race? We're going to have clouds soon. No, it won't be the fastest lap. The race does take grass at the end there. Lol Z holding down second despite a start on the hards. And it's a 3-4 for Compass. But look, Gwetzley and Todd Sod have caught up. Vlad has fallen behind at the 7th. Celeste Lucier looking for another attack on Odd Koopa. It looks to have been a complete mistake for them to spend 3 tokens on the same race. Odd Cooper drops into 6th place. Gwetzley and Todd Soft pass, and they're chasing down Celeste Lucier. The softs are starting to wear for Celeste Lucier, starting to lose that grip, hits the gravel. Todd Sod through on the inside. Todd Sod is under the podium. It's a double podium for Danuplo. Celeste Lucier tries on the outside, goes wide into 4th, and Gwetzley Boy on the hards behind wants to challenge Celeste Lucier but doesn't have the speed on those hards. What is going on? Stefano and Lolzy still holding down the top two. Celeste Lucier with a great run now for the flat out section. Back up into third, but now Todd Sod looking to fight for third again. Todd Sod on the outside. Celeste Lucier holds down third now. When will they pit for new tires? That is the question, and it must be soon. The softs are starting to wear out. Todd Sod back into the podium position, and even despite a little hiccup, a bit of lag there, oh jeez, Stefano's into the pits, and it's Lolzy, and we're going to have light rain right as Stefano pits for another self-dry tires. It could not have been worse timing for him. It could have been only better timing for Lolzy. Light rain going on now, but he still has to survive this lap on the hards, and that's the case for every driver still out on dry tires. Celeste Lucier lucky to get in earliest now, and we're going to have clouds soon. The only option is enters. Lolzy stays out. That's another option for sure. Stefano stays out. He's got the fresh medium tires. Totsod is in. Gwetzley stays out. Can this get any more chaotic? We've already had Melbourne with a chaotic first stint followed by rain, and now Lolzy is holding down first, but Stefano is on those fresher, faster tires, looking to get his lead back from Lolzy. Lolsey fighting him for it. He's not letting it go. He's very aggressive, battling driver, never willing to let a possession go without a fight. Still out on the hards. I don't think that's the right choice anymore. It's already 2 seconds behind Stefano, who's found himself on fresher mediums. Todd Sod on softs, but he's 7 seconds behind. The top two are in a league of their own in this race now. Lolsey gets past Kukas, avoids the grass by using the blue flag driver as a shield from it. What a race. Stefano out in first, Lolsey in second, and let's keep in mind he's got the fastest lap on the hards. Question is, will Todd Sod beat that fastest lap? Wolsey's still going out on the hards. Todd Sod, 40-41, does not beat the fastest lap. Lolsey has lost massive amounts of time to Todd Sod now. Will it all be worth it at the end? Will he pit for another set of hards? It's his 9th lap on these hards, and Todd Sod is here. 1 pit stop more and about to get past Lolsey for 2nd place. But he is on the softs. He will have to pit quicker than Lolsey if Lolsey were to take hards. So I guess we will see. Lolsey goes wide. Todd Sod is through into 2nd, and Danube Floor running 1-2 right now. Lolsey surely into the pits now. Yes, he goes into the pits. Gwetzley boy, Will Gwetzley overtake Lolsey. Lolsey pets for mediums, and Gwetzley overtakes him. Celeste Lucier overtakes Lolsey as well. Lolsey down into 5th now, but he's got much fresher, not actually that much fresher tires, actually. Gwetzley's and Celeste Lucier's are not that bad. Danube Flows, however, are much more worn out. But Stefano does have massive lead, and so does Todd Sod. So will it matter? I don't know. Gwetzley boy forced wide by Fabio, and Celeste Lucier now fighting with him for 3rd. This is playing greatly into the hands of Lolsey, who's looking to get back and challenge for that 3rd position. Getting past the blue flag driver Fabio and his own teammate Fast Juicer. Gets past them, and he's under a second from the squabbling Celeste and Gwetzley. Stefano holding down 1st and Todd Sod 2nd halfway through the race. When will they pit? That is the question. Stefano stays out for this lap. Will Todd Sod pit? His softs have seen better times. Lolsey is back into 3rd, past Gwetzley and Celeste. Todd Sod into the pits now. What tire is he going for? It's mediums. Lolsey is through into 2nd now as a result. About Stefano is those mediums are really starting to wear now. Really feeling the wear now. Let's take a look at the rest of the grid. Lolsey is 14 seconds behind Stefano right now, but Stefano, of course, has to pit soon. He'll be fighting with Todd Sod in a second. Gwetzley in 4th, Celeste Lucier in 5th. Odd Koopa is in 6th, Cesar in 7th, Vlado 204 in 8th, Trixie in 9th, Hyperion in 10th, Chevrolet in 11th, Mr. 06 in 12th, not the race he was hoping for. Spending, I think he's one of the ones spending tokens. Let's have a refresher. He's up until 11th, but he's so far behind the top 10. Here's our refresher. Yeah, Mr. 06 spending 4 tokens. What is happening to Mr. 06 to be down in 11th, Chevrolet in 12th, Arcanic in 13th, Uniform Pine 14th, Tully 15th, Ishbo, Skip, Koikus, Fabio, and Fast Juicer. And Stefano has petted for hards. Lolsey is 5 seconds behind on more worn out tires, but faster tires. Has managed to keep 2nd place over Todd Sod, but how long will he be able to keep it for is the question. And it'll all be down to the final pit stop. Will Stefano have to pit another time? Will Todd Sod? Lozzi will definitely have to pit another time. What tire will he go for? Will it be hard? Will he extend the stint and hope for another mediums to finish it off? It's very interesting. Long pits of long lap time. Anything can really happen. Todd Sod on the outside of Lozzi gets forced wide. Loses quite a bit of time to Lolzy as a result. Lolzy doesn't go wide. Arcaniac helps him in that regard. Blue flag drivers can be a detriment as much as they can be a benefit, and they can be a benefit as much as they can be a detriment. Lolzy is now 7.4 seconds behind Stefano. Celeste Luzier is into the pits now. Goes for hards, probably to finish off the race on this compound. Looks for an undercut on Gwetzley. Will it work out for her? We'll see shortly. Todd Sod is now in front of Lolzy, and I think Lolzy should be heading to the pits soon. Either onto mediums or hards. It's really up into the air which one. But he is losing quite a bit of time to Todd Sod now. He needs that undercut. He's staying out, which I think means that he will finish it off on mediums, which can last 6 laps, but the question is how much time will he lose to Todd Sod being out on these worn mediums? The better question is, will Stefano and Todd Sod have to pit? It's a long track, their tires are not quite completely fresh yet. Gwetzley will have to pit eventually as well. It's all up into the air, but surely Lolzy will be pitting at the end of this lap. It's really just a complete strategy fight now. Oh, goes really wide. He's staying out. He's staying out for another. Is he going for softs at the very end? And is that the right choice in this situation? Todd Sod's mediums are also worn out now. But Lolzy is 5 seconds behind. He's only 6 seconds ahead of Gwetzley, whose mediums are sort of alright. Odd Cooper and Celeste Lucier on fresh hearts that will see them through to the end. Stefano, not into the pets, still doesn't have to, but will he have to pet in general? Will he stick it out on the hards, or will he do softs for only 3-4 laps? Todd Sod, not into the pets either, but Lolzy, surely Lolzy's into the pets. Weather changing. Weather marker is moving away from the sun. Lolzy is into the pets now. What does he peck? Does he peck softs? Does he peck mediums? Odd Cooper is easily past him. So is Gwetzley Boy. So is Celeste. He's on to the softs. Gwetzley Boy will surely have to pet one more time. Odd Cooper, we're not sure. It's all over the place. Todd Sod has to pit this lap or the next. What is the strategy from all the drivers in this race? Gwetzley fighting with Celeste Lucier now. Lolzy is behind on the softs, looking to catch up to the back of them as they battle. Stefano, Todd Sod is finally through into the pits. And he goes onto the softs, of course. Where will he exit? He's overcut them all. He exits ahead of Odd Cooper. Exits ahead of Lolzy. Gwetzley into the pits. And I think that means a top 6 finish for him. Is what he'll have to fight for. Lolzy will be fighting Celeste Lucier here, but I think he can easily get past Celeste and Odd Cooper, both on hards that are more worn out than Lolzy's fresh softs. And Lolzy gets past Celeste Lucier, fourth place. Stefano, will he pet? It doesn't really matter at this point. He's got 20 seconds to second. So if he pets, he can pet twice. Nobody cares. He's still going to win this race. Todd Sod running in second. Odd Cooper is now 5 seconds behind him. Lolzy trying to catch up to Odd Cooper here, 2 seconds. Trailing. He's on fresh softs. Odd Cooper on worn out hards. Will he be able to catch him? It's 1.3 seconds now, 1.6 seconds gap. Somewhere about 1.5 seconds gap in general. Stefano running in first, and I don't think he'll pet. I think he just doesn't care to pet. His hearts can just about withstand. He's halfway through lapping Todd Sod. I mean, that is crazy. Lil Z now next to Odd Cooper into the penultimate lap of the race. Lil Z needs to get a running fast. Both drivers have a lot of boost saved up, but they're not using it on this flat out section of the Magny-Cours track. Both of them use cuckoos to avoid too much grass. Now they're both using the boost, and his boost has done nothing, because they both used that. Lozzy is further away from Odd Koopa than he was before, but surely he needs to chase down that gap. His softs are starting to wear already. That tells you all you need to know about the softs on this track. Will he be able to chase down Odd Koopa? That's the question. Will Odd Koopa be able to hold down podium position? Stefano doesn't pet. He is going to win easily, and it's going to be an easy 1-2 for Danube Flow, but Lolzy can't get to Odd Koopa, can't get final run-in, and it's Stefano who comes across the line to win the French J-Prix. Todd Sod in second makes it a 1-2 for Danube Flow. Nobody knows what makes the team so good, but Lolzy is now very close to Odd Koopa. Into the final turn, he's on the inside, goes wide. Odd Koopa is through into third. Heartbreak for Lolzy, who nearly challenged him for third at the end there, and he was fighting for the win, and Celeste Lucier into fifth. Guetzli finishes sixth. Cesar will finish across the line in seventh. The countdown make it such a long wait. 22 laps here, and in the end it's a massive 1-2 for Danube Flow to continue their chances of getting through into CV. Cesar in 7th, Trixie in 8th, Mr. 06 will cross the line in 9th, and Hyperion with the final points position finishes in 10th. 11th across the line will be Flad, who, Jesus Christ, massively went wide there. His softs are dead. Uniform Pine will be classified. He's fighting with Arcaniac right now. Arcaniac, 12th or not 12th? Who will be classified where? The countdown is getting really close to it. Will they even manage to finish the lap before the end? No, but Arcaniac gets 12th. And Uniform Pine 13th, Chevrolet 14th, Skip 15th, Tolly 16th, Fast Juicer 17th, Fabio 18th, Ishbo 19th, and Cuckoos 20th. And that was the French J-Prix. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow for the Saudi Arabian J-Prix in Jeddah. That will be all. See you.